Hey, Charles. So appropriate, so New England. It was really cool to see them win the Super Bowl again, wasn't it? Good job as far as looks like you did a really, really good job on the selection. This little bit of white back here, I think is actually part of his shirt. So not terribly sure. There's a teeny bit of breaking up there, but you can clean that up fairly easily. Um, just a little bit of white there too. So just make sure you zoom in and really look at those edges. All right, so let me go to that layer right there. Not the logo. Okay, you've got, okay, I see what you're doing right here. Boom. Okay, so I'm just selecting the mask at this point. And what I want to do, since that's a selection, is I want to come in here and modify and contract that mask by 1 pixel. So those little over halos, or whatever you want to call them, are just the tiniest little thing. And then we're going to inverse the selection, and because we're on the mask right here, we are going to fill that with black. So right there. Now let's take a look, and we've gotten rid of any white edges. I just want to make sure we didn't add a black edge there. Yeah, the black edge was already there. So you can see the difference, that just taking off 1 pixel gets rid of the white, little bit of white edge on the arms and stuff, kind of cleans things up. And then you can always go in with a brush, black brush, and kind of trim those little bits off right there, wherever you see the white that's going to be kind of distracting, pull the eye. Okay, so just make sure you zoom in. Biggest hint I can give anybody, and I say it over and over and over again when I'm talking to people about competition images: zoom in. You may not see those tiny little things. Like up here, you've got a little bit of a shadow in there. And, oops, undo. Let's see. I'm going to make a new layer, use the clone tool, and copy from there. See if we can get it to go in. Clone, use all layers. There we go. And there, we get rid of that little bit of stuff there. But just zoom in and make sure you check things. Okay, as far as other things go, like the overall look of this, we have some very vertical lightning, and it's you know, okay, lightning strikes again, which is really good message. But generally speaking, you want to have leading lines, or lines that go in towards your subject, coming in at an angle. So first of all, I would put Edelman at an angle. So non-centered. So I'm going to have him, maybe rather than having the V come down and pop out of his helmet, bring him over and put him right about here, possibly, because he's facing this direction. So usually you want to have more space in the direction in which your subject is looking than behind them. Normally, you'd usually have more space to the left of your subject, but we can't really flip him because of the number and all of the stuff on his uniform, because they are going to totally be a giveaway as to the fact that we flipped him. So you can't really do that. So we're just gonna move him over a little bit, and then what I would do is I'd take this lightning and bring that in at an angle, something like that. Maybe copy and paste it even, and transform and flip horizontal, and even, whoops, wrong layer. Oh, I'm at auto select, which I just reset my preferences. I hate auto select. It's despicable. You can auto select just by holding down the command key when the move tool is on. So now I'm going to move that lightning and just go outside and angle it a bit. And then that's probably a bit too much. Excuse me, got a little bit of a cold. So I could come in here with a layer mask and get rid of some of the extra lightning maybe. There we go. And even down here, I might get rid of a little bit of the extra because of the fact we're seeing the fall off down here, right here, up here, right here. So that gives us kind of a little bit different take on the lightning as far as it being a leading line. These don't all have to be in the same opacity either, so you can have these coming in at a little different opacity. This one, 290. So it's all kinds of things you can do with this. Okay. And then I might put those layers of lightning behind the MVP layer, just so they're kind of coming in behind. That's totally editorial kind of choice there. I'm just looking at what's going on over here. Brush. Right there. Right here. Whoa. It's erasing the background. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I was not on the layer mask. Okay, cool. Thought I was, and I wasn't. So that kind of thing is, you know, totally up to you. I'm not going to say you were wrong. I'm just saying option, possible option. So let's see. Okay, that's on this guy. All right, cool. So that's another thing to think about is leading lines. Do you want the lightning to come in on top, or do you want to come in on the bottom? The other thing that you might want to think about, that Patriots logo, if I hadn't seen it in the layers mask, I almost would have totally missed it. So rather than 5%, which is going to be next to invisible, I might put it up at 15 to 20% rather than that, so you can actually see it. You could even add a layer style to it to give it a little more prominence with a drop shadow to pop it off the background. 35, bring it up. Boom. So that gives it just a little bit more. Plus, I kind of like that flow here as it comes in behind him. So it might even just be too much lightning there, but it's kind of cool. All right, so let me put all this lightning here into one group, and I'm going to name it lightning. There we go. And I'm just wanting to experiment just a touch with hue and saturation and see if we can get any kind of color cast on the lightning. No, it's just doing the stuff behind. So I thought possibly there was a little bit of a color shift there, but there isn't, so we're not going to do anything. If there were any kind of a color shift in the white, you'd be able to kind of change the color of the lightning just a bit. But very powerful. Minimal changes there. Just basically zoom in, make sure that you are looking at things as zoomed in. I don't want that hitting his helmet quite that way. So maybe something like that. And then I did what you should not do, which was just flatten that all right down. There we go. There. Something like that. And the lightning coming in. Cool. Cool image. I like the way you did so much of this. I like your choices. I like the font that you used for the MVP. Nice job. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to seeing what you do next time.